pew.
Oh, I thought that was going to be your way of introducing them, but he did. He went with the pew pew. Steve's charging you for those in future, by the way.
Well, Steve can kiss my ass.
There we go. Thanks, Thunderbirds. Take it away.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, episode 101 means we're doing Room 101. It's the concept of where we're going to put up 5 movies each that we want to be thrown into Room 101 and discarded from memory for life. I'd imagine we might have one the same, potentially, Nate. I don't know. We'll see.
Definitely. I think my number 2 might be on your list.
Okay. Do you want to go first or second?
Look, I'm happy to get this ball rolling, Russ, and tee off.
Okay. Did you have any honourable mentions this week?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay. Do you want to do those now?
Yeah. Catwoman.
The Halle Berry one.
Halle Berry one.
Yeah, that's a very good one, actually.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah. The remake of Rollerball.
Okay, I never saw that.
Yeah, lucky. They're the two main. They are the two honourable mentions. What about you? Got any?
I just had the one. Something we've just been talking about. No, I've not seen it, which is why I didn't put it in my list, because it's just been panned that badly. But we never ever needed an emoji movie with James Corden voicing people.
You're not a fan of James Corden?
Oh, I fucking hate James Corden. That's a story for a different day. But we didn't need the emoji movie at all. And I think it's got one of the worst ratings on like Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb possible.
Yeah, it's like people just go, well, we'll just try and make money out of anything now.
Yeah, so that was my only honourable mention. It would have been in if I'd have forced myself to watch it. So yeah,
just done.
There we go.
All
right, so you're number 5 then, Nate.
And before and after each one, I'm going to go pew pew. All right, at number 5 is pew pew. The reason I got this one is because it was my wife's turn to pick a movie, and we went to this movie, and it's the only movie that I've almost fell asleep in.
Okay.
And that movie is Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this one. This was last year, wasn't it?
Oh no, it was before kids.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was you told me about the story about it last year. I remember hearing about it.
Yeah, it's just so boring. Julia Roberts going... What's she do? She goes to Italy, India, and then Bali. Or Indonesia. Yeah. And it's just...
Okay.
Ugh.
Just Julia Roberts being Julia Roberts, yeah.
Now, my wife loved this movie. So...
Yeah.
Good on her.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I think this is payback for when I took her to see Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Okay, it's a very solid choice at number 5. Yeah. I've not seen it myself.
Yeah, I've only put movies that I've actually seen and they mean something. So,
okay,
yeah,
good choice.
Right.
Okay, you're number 5, yeah.
You're number 5. Pew pew.
I've gone for a whole franchise, Nate.
Fast and the Furious. Right, we'll lock that in.
No, I've not put Fast and the Furious on my list.
Oh, interesting.
At all. Yeah,
a whole franchise. Can I have a guess?
Yeah, of course you can.
Police Academy.
No, I quite like some of the Police Academies.
Maybe the
I could watch those on a Sunday. Yeah, they're all right.
Police Academy in Miami Retirement Village, number 38 or something.
No, in at my number 5 is the whole Twilight franchise.
Very cool. And there's a story in that itself, actually.
Yeah, I get it was a really famous book, etc. And I know that it's got a lot of fans and stuff, but the movies themselves are terrible. Like, the reason it's on my list is because, for some reason, Mrs. Pom was watching it the other day on her iPad while she was in the kitchen. And I just overheard some of the acting. It was a scene between Bella and the Wolfman dude, what's his name? Whoever plays him, I don't fucking know. The acting was horrendous. And then it was the part where he then tried to, when he forced himself on her, like, to kiss her and all this sort of stuff. and then she ends up being friends with him. It's like, well, it's a really good message to females, isn't it?
Yeah, not the Me Too movement there.
Yeah, it's just fucking dreadful. Oh my god. I think I've seen all three of them. It was Mrs. Pom's maid name. It's just everyone's dreadful. So clear one in at my number 5, mate.
I hear Twilight, and I think, yep, that'll be a movie Mrs. Pom would like.
Oh yeah, it's in her top 5, I think.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a joke. There's 5 of the bloody things, isn't there? So that's my number 5.
All right, pew pew. At my number 4, pew pew, is Battlefield Earth.
Is that the one with Rihanna?
No, that's Battleships.
Ah, okay. I don't think I've seen Battlefield then.
This is the John Travolta one.
Right, okay. You've already lost me.
Yeah, it's written by the guy that came up with Scientology, I think.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
Sums it up then.
Basically, the Earth gets taken over by the superior race in about 3 hours or something.
Yeah.
And then, for some reason, they like gold. And then I really don't know what happened after that. It's like, what? Why would you do that? It was just so weird. It was like you picked out one of the humans and you taught him your ways, and then he uses what he learnt against you guys. But if you never taught him in the first place, he never would have. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's generally one of the worst movies ever made. And it just stunk. It was just woeful.
How old was it, did you say?
It's probably maybe early noughties.
Okay.
But yeah, I quite like Battleship.
I haven't seen it. I just knew Rihanna was in it, so that was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, it's not as bad as everyone says it is. I'm not saying it's great, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, pew pew.
Okay. My number 4.
Yep, pew pew. Just let me know if you want me to stop that.
That's fine. It's a movie that I saw last year, so it's present in my mind, but it is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Mortal Engines.
Someone saw that recently and loved it.
Oh, they don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, Mortal Engines. I won't go into too much detail because I gave my review. It was only a few weeks ago, wasn't it? It was absolutely dreadful. It is literally one of the worst films I've ever seen. I was so bored throughout the entire. It was just dreadful. Story's awful. Yeah, just a horrendous movie. So my number 4. It didn't need to be made. It was terrible. Just get rid of it.
It was, Russell.
Yeah, but it was. Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
All right, that's your number 4. So my number 3, quite a controversial one. Now,
okay,
this is probably on it not because it's a terrible movie, but I don't see the point of the movie.
Okay.
And that movie is The Last Jedi.
Oh, this is a controversial one.
I would have been quite happy if they didn't make it and just let someone else make better 8 and 9. So,
yeah.
Like my friend Peek has been saying, he reckons The Last Jedi just should be reclassified as episode 7.8, 7.5.
Yeah.
And then we have a new 8 and 9 coming out.
That is a controversial choice, though.
Like, I don't hate the movie. It's not a good Star Wars movie. So you can say what you want about the prequels, but they're consistent from Phantom Menace to whatever it's Revenge of the Sith. They're all consistent throughout. And then you have Force Awakens, which is very much similar to the original trilogy. And then you have The Last Jedi that breaks all the world building that's come before it. Doesn't know about there's no gravity in space. Has a whole part of the movie that's just pointless. And then at the end of it, the hero that we've known since day one is a grumpy old shit.
Yeah.
Projects himself into another world that we've just learnt can do that recently. And it's just, there's so much to like about it. Like Rey and Kylo Ren, their relationship's awesome and how they go, but woof. The more I think about it, the more I hate that movie.
Wow, big words there, Nate. I wasn't expecting that to be in your list.
Wow, pew pew, motherfuckers.
Yeah, big ones. That's your number 3, yeah?
Yeah, that is my number 3. So what's your number 3?
My number 3. I've gone for another franchise, Nate.
Fast and Furious.
No, it's not in the list. It's not in the list. I've gone for it's similar reasons to why I went for the Twilight one. I can kind of see why it's been made.
Hunger Games.
But no. That will never be in any bad list of mine because it's got Jennifer Lawrence in it. 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh no, they're good movies.
They're fucking not, Nate.
They are.
They
so
are
good.
Horrendous. First of all, the books are very poorly written. I don't even know why it's been published. Well, I know it's been published so dirty middle-aged women can get their frig on. That's why it was published.
Put some
and then
bloody brass balls up there.
Movies. Oh my god. Oh, the acting and like the two main characters, Christian Grey and I don't know who she plays, but it's Dakota Johnson, isn't it? I think her real name.
It is.
Fucking, they are horrendous at acting. Like, there's so many scenes that are just dreadful and just painful to watch. It's like, how have you got an acting job? I don't understand. So yeah, it's a clear one in at my number 3. I don't want to say any more about it, but just get rid of them.
Pew pew.
Watch porn.
Gone.
Watch porn, Nate.
Watch porn?
Yeah, that's what they should do. If people want to watch those movies, just watch porn.
Done. Consider it done.
There we go. Move on.
I'll watch some porn for you tonight, Russell.
Thanks, Nate. Review next week, yeah? Non-spoiler, though.
Yeah. That was a bit
Number
anticlimactic, wasn't it? Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, pew pew, my number 2. Arguably the worst comic book movie ever made.
Oh, okay.
Not in your list then. This has to go to this. I don't know how people got acting jobs after this.
Okay.
This has got to be the worst Batman movie ever.
I was tempted to put it in. The Mr. Freeze one.
Yeah, Batman and Robin. It is woeful.
Yeah.
I remember going with Afghani Dave to see it, and literally about halfway through it, we just looked at each other and go, "What are we watching? Like, this is, this is terrible." Like, you start off with the Michael Keating one, which is like fairly serious for the type of movie it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and then 3 movies later, you get Batman and Robin. It's just like, how did George Clooney make it out of that movie alive?
It's a bad one, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely terrible. And I've done a little bit of research on this movie.
Okay.
Because the director, cops a lot of flack for it. But he pretty much got told by the studio, this is how it's going to look, this is how it's going to be.
Right.
Or you don't have a job. And he had some really cool ideas for both his movies. He did Batman Forever as well.
Okay.
No, it wasn't that good either. But he just wasn't allowed to do it, and because they wanted to sell toys at McDonald's or stuff like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's terrible, woeful. It nearly killed comic book movies altogether.
It was a bad one, wasn't it?
Arnold Schwarzenegger as all and then at one point, bloody Batman and Robin click their heels together and ice skates come out.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What are we watching?
Jesus, poor George and Clooney. Poor George Clooney.
What's Chris O'Donnell as the oldest Robin? Robin was meant to be like a teenager.
Yeah.
Just dumb. It's the worst comic book movie ever made.
Good choice in at number 2 then, Nate.
And that's saying something because they've made Ant-Man before, so.
Dickhead. Okay, good choice number 2. Yeah.
All right, pew pew. Your number 2.
Mine is not a franchise, but you could put the whole franchise in. But I've gone for a particular movie. I went with the final one in the franchise. Triple X: Return of Xander Cage. It went downhill for me immediately at the start when Neymar was in it, and Neymar the footballer, and he tries to persuade Neymar to join him. It's just fucking horrendous. I don't know. It's just horrendous.
Is Neymar playing himself?
Yep, Neymar's playing himself, because that's what you'd want to do, isn't it? Get one of the most famous faces in the world to be a secret spy. It's just dreadful, and it just sums up Vin Diesel for me. Like I said, I've got no Fast and the Furious in here because I hate that film anyway. I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, so the first one of these is bad. Then you had the one where it was Ice Cubes in there. That was also bad. And then for some reason they made a third. And it's just awful. I hate it. And the stunts are just dreadful in it. And just no thank you. Move on. Number 2.
Yeah, I never even contemplated watching something like that.
Yeah, Return of Xander Cage. No thank you.
Fuck off. Pew, pew.
No,
that was your number 2.
Yeah, so you're number 1.
My number 1. This almost ruined the first movie for me. And I think I had it as my number 1 worst sequel.
Okay.
And that is Highlander 2.
Ah, yes, you did tell me about this before. Yes.
All the cool stuff that happened in Highlander 1, they start Highlander 2 by saying, all that happened because we're aliens and we got sent here to do some tournament, and then if you win the tournament, you get to go back.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, what?
It's in a lot of lists as like the worst sequel ever made, isn't it?
It is the worst sequel ever made. I'm not even talking about those American Pie movies, Kappa Beta Top Pie or whatever that they're called.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Highlander 2, I loved Highlander, and then Highlander 2 came out, and I was like, I'm not even sure I like Highlander anymore.
Yeah.
Woof. That was bad. That was so hard. And
a good solid choice in at your number 1 then.
Like in the movie, they covered the sky because of UV rays and stuff, and they covered it with some and then something to do with a dam, and God help me.
Just get rid of it. It's in the room.
And then they bring back bloody, what's his name? Sean Connery. Like,
just to make it even worse.
Yeah, he clearly died in the first one.
Yeah.
Like, and then all of a sudden, they retcon in some line saying, "If you ever need me, just call my name and I'll come back." So guess what? He comes back. Like, what the fuck is going on? Terrible movie. Anyway,
good choice in at number 1 then, Nate.
Yeah. Pew pew.
Good. Mine's in a similar vein to yours in the fact of it nearly ruined the first one for me. So this is definitely... Well, it's kind of the 2 movies that came after it. So I've gone for Dumb and Dumberer and Dumb and Dumber 2.
Fair call.
Yeah. So the first one is brilliant. It's my sort of comedy, etc. It's one of my favourite comedies ever. So good. Then they brought out that shit one, Dumb and Dumberer, how they met each other.
Harry met Lloyd, or whatever it was.
Yeah, that pile of shit. And then for some random reason, 20 odd years after the original, they decided to make the second one with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels, and it was so bad. Like, and I don't get how they've not read the script and gone, yeah, this isn't funny. There was one funny moment in it, but other than that, the jokes were dreadful. Like, it just started shit that they hadn't spoken to each other in 20 years, and actually all it was Lloyd had played a joke on Harry for 20 years. That
sounds funny, but I've seen the scene, it's not.
Yeah, that's what I mean, it's not at all. And it's just like, that's how you start. Like, the end of the film, of the first one, ended like, it was obviously very funny how it ended, but then it just made no sense as to why he would then just ignore his friend for 20 years as a joke. Like, it's just horrendous, and it just goes downhill from there. And the jokes are really, really bad. And I don't get why those two didn't read it and go, this is not funny. We shouldn't do it. Let's just leave it be. Let's just leave it be. Didn't need a second. It didn't set it up for the second at all. It's like Anchorman 2 didn't need a second.
Zoolander 2.
And especially, yeah, exactly. And especially so long after the first one, just put it to bed. Don't do it anymore. It's fine.
Yeah. Why can't it go down as a classic?
Yeah, exactly right. So yeah, really disappointed with that one. I knew it was going to be bad anyway, and that was a film that met my expectations, Nate, because it was bad. So
I have not had the courage, because you need courage to watch that movie. I have not had the courage to watch it.
Bad. Yeah,
but I will not be.
Yeah. So there you go. There's my number one. So that's our lists.
Nice list. Good top 5.
Yes, we've got a number of movies then thrown into Room 101 that we'll never talk about ever again. Discarded forever. Yeah?
Yes. Fuck off, Highlander 2.
Good. On that bombshell, I think it's time to call it a day and move on to episode 102 next week.
It's been fun, Russell.
Here's the thing. Do you reckon I'll have a mention from Steve and Joe on Social Shit Time on Dinner and a Podcast this week?
Possible. I think the amount of pews I've used. Surely.
Yeah. We'll see if we get any comeback from the Dinner and a Podcast team for recycling stories. So, good. Right, on that bombshell, it's time to say goodbye. We will see you next week, Nate.
I've been the Aussie.
And I've been the Pom. See you later.
Gonna sort those bloody kids out, I tell you what.